All right, I'm super excited. Today I'm here with Lotus Golden, one of Kona's best realtors. And I met Lotus a while back. She's always been super accommodating. She's been super friendly. And I learned that Lotus is from New York City, is a former triathlete, and now has been in Kona for quite a while. So, Lotus, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. So tell us, Lotus, how did you end up coming to Hawaii and what's kept you here?
So in 1997, I came to the Big Island to Kona to see the Ironman triathlon, which was the triathlon that I really wanted to do. And I stayed at the finish line and I helped catch some of the athletes as they finished. And I went back to New York and I just really wanted to do the race. So I put my name in a lottery slot, and amazingly enough, I got a slot. That was how I ended up first coming here. I spent the next year training for this race in New York City, which is crazy to train for an Ironman in Manhattan. Anyway, I came, I finished the race, and after I finished the race, I was heading back to New York, and I really fell in love with Kona. I fell in love with it. And I went back home to New York and I had an apartment. I immediately knew I belonged here. I rented it. I came back here. And what's kept me here is the fact that Kona is what I always believed it was from that first minute, which is a very special, beautiful, serene, sacred, spiritual, friendly place that is, it's just, you can't explain it in words. It's peaceful and it's authentic, and it really, it grows on you.
You know, you mentioned spiritual and you mentioned peaceful and friendly. I got to tell you, the first time that we came to Big Island, I just remember the first person I saw after getting off the plane, they said, "Welcome, brother." And it was just like an authentic welcome. And I just, you could feel it. You could feel it to your core. And I totally understand what
Yep.
you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So every time I see you, you always have this energy and you have this love of real estate. How do you maintain that energy? What makes you good at real estate? And why do you think people love working with you?
Well, thank you for the compliment. I think that real estate came very naturally to me because I'm a people person. I'm a New Yorker. I love to meet new people. I think what made me good at real estate here was I simply loved living here. And I was very proud of showing these beautiful properties and this really exquisite environment. It was almost as if the properties would sell themselves because the environment was so beautiful and peaceful and unpretentious. And that's very important. It's very authentic and you feel it. And that is very attractive. So I'm happy that I was able to be good at something that I enjoyed doing that also helped Kona.
Yeah, no, absolutely, for sure. Um, lately I've been hearing about how people just want to unplug, and I've been hearing it from people that have been coming to our area. What do you think it is about Hawaii and especially the Kona area that makes it so conducive to that?
Well, strategically, Hawaii is the most isolated landmass in the world, which gives us a lot of space and water between us and everything else. And I think that that unplugs your brain a little bit. I think when you land here, you realize that you are in the middle of the ocean, and that peace gets to you, and it gets to everybody. You just calm down, and if you want to call that unplugging, maybe we all need to unplug from things that, are just keeping our brain overthinking. And this is a very good place if you really, really appreciate serenity.
Yeah, no, well put. I like your the explanation of how it's so far from everything geographically, but yet you still have all the amenities you need. But I think just the knowing that you're on this little tiny rock in the middle of the ocean probably has something to do with creating that mental space to help you recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So we're sitting here at what's called the Waterfall House,
Yeah.
and it's really well named. You can tell from the minute you walk in the front door why it's called the Waterfall House.
Hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about it, some of the great features of this property?
Okay, well, from the minute you open up the door, it's got a copper door, it's got a copper roof, and you open the door and you are looking at an indoor pond with a screen above the pond. And when it rains, the water just rains, the water falls inside into the pond. That is right by the front door. So you walk in and you are immediately involved with more water and a waterfall. And then when you start walking around the interior of the property, to your right is a beautiful koi pond, and the koi pond also has a beautiful waterfall, and that you can listen to while you're eating dinner. That is where your dining area is. When you walk out onto this expansive coastline view, you have two more waterfalls. One is a waterfall that is right by where we are sitting now that drains out from the koi pond. And then there's another waterfall by your primary bedroom. The entire property is 4,372 square feet and is completely enclosed in a beautiful rock wall for massive privacy. There are 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, with an extra bedroom by the garage. And everybody has ensuite, bathroom, walk-in shower, um, lots of privacy, and it can easily accommodate anywhere from 5 to 10 people because you have 3 bedrooms and then a fourth,
Yeah,
and it's all ensuite in a very large, spacious area.
right. Yeah, so you did mention it's private. We are sitting here on the back lanai, and we're overlooking what used to be a golf course, and it seems like they're actually doing some work to bring it back. But there's just trees and vegetation all around. I can hardly even see a home, and it doesn't feel like you're in the middle of a gated subdivision, but you are. So you've got the security, but you've got the privacy, and it's just amazing. So this property is also a very successful short-term rental. Can you explain a little bit about how successful it is?
Well, I can only come here at varying times in between the rentals, which is rare. So if I want to do an open house or show it, it's usually on a Tuesday or a Thursday because it is continuously rented. And it is rebooked with the same people year after year. And they tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends. It's a very popular, beautiful short term vacation rental with a fantastic area, a gated community, a gated security guard, 24 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I absolutely, I love this property. Again, it's one of the best I've seen in going around and seeing real estate in Kona. And I hope that eventually I can get onto that visitor list, recurring list. It's just I would love to stay here with my family. It'd be great. One of the things about a property like this is that there's great investor financing.
Mm-hmm.
And for something like this, it's called a DSCR, which is a debt service coverage ratio mortgage. And what that does is it takes the best of many worlds. So from an investor standpoint, it takes their credit only, and then it takes their capital. So do you have 25% to put down? And then do you also have the probably 12 months of reserves that are required to qualify for the mortgage? And then from there,
Mm-hmm.
there's a calculation that's done on the income that's being produced by the property.
Mm-hmm.
So the property does all the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Other mortgages look at the client or the borrower's income to qualify for the mortgage. This type of mortgage uses a property's income. So it's a great fit for something like this. And this has been a super successful investor's property. And I'm sure it will continue to remain that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. Well, Lotus, I mean, it's been super fun talking to you and getting
Yeah.
to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm always impressed by your high energy.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful working with you.
Yeah, awesome.